So it's a real community event. It grows every year, more and more artists and more visitors.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Looking forward to catching up with my next couple of guests this morning. We've got Alexandra Ray, CEO of Wise Investment, and Melissa Keskinkling, who works as an art psychotherapist, and we're chatting all things Art Week. I like when my regulars come back on. And Alex, I'm calling you one of my regulars, if that's all right. Because
that's absolutely fine.
we were chatting just before we came on air, and when you messaged and said Art Week's coming around again this year, and Wise Investment are going to be hosting the Art Week at the office once again. I was there going, really? Has it been a year since we had this conversation? If you'd said to me it was a couple of months ago, I would have kind of gone, oh yeah, that feels about right. But here we are once again. For everyone listening, a little refresher about Chipping Norton and the Art Week that's happening up with you, Alex, please.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're not familiar with Artweeks, Oxfordshire Artweeks has been, I looked it up this morning, it's been going for 43 years. The first one was in 1982, so quite a while. So it's a 3-week event every year in May, and we've had it split into 3, so Oxford City and then South Oxfordshire and North Oxfordshire. So last week was Oxford City, this week is South Oxfordshire, and next week is North Oxfordshire. And there's over 1,000 artists exhibiting throughout those 3 weeks. So it's a real community event. It grows every year, more and more artists and more visitors. And then we've got, a huge amount of, it's run by as a volunteer organisation. So, we've got the Art Weeks board, it's not for profit, and then lots of volunteers who help. So it is a real sort of community effort. And I think the artists would agree with you. It comes around very quickly. Just about pack away last year, and then it's coming again. So.
And Alex, I just wanted to get your kind of reason for kind of being involved in it, because it's not the day-to-day, it's not the day job, it's not a side issue. So tell us a little bit about the why, really.
Well, I mean, I'm interested in art and community, and I'm not creative at all, or can draw, or may do anything, but I like looking at art, and I admire people who are creative. And one of the Wise Investment founders has done Art Weeks for 30 years, so it's always kind of been around. And then about 3 years ago, we did our first Art Weeks. I went round the year before and just visited lots of venues and just thought, we've got quite a nice office in the countryside, and it would lend itself very nicely to inviting artists to come in and showcase their art. So it kind of went from there. I contacted Art Weeks and then found a group of artists who were all interested, and this is the 3rd year. And from last year, I was asked to coordinate for the Chipping Norton area as well. So there are 24 coordinators who, again, are volunteers. So we just help like the main Art Weeks to coordinate for our local areas. We produce map trails and, market the events and things like that. So that's kind of how I got involved. And we've had some amazing artists over the last 3 years. And this year we've got 13 artists. And again, we've got art from Chipping Norton School. So, looking forward to it.
It's always amazing how, and I think we spoke about this last year as well, about having Chipping Norton School and the amazing work that they do as well. And you kind of see that and go, oh wow, there's some talented people around there.
I mean, super talented, and we weren't anticipating it. I think I might have mentioned it last year, but people then started asking about buying the art from the school. We thought they'd just be exhibiting. So quite a few sold both the year before last and last year. So, we'll see if that happens again this year. But that will be their first taste of being, selling their art, probably. So it's really exciting for them.
What a buzz, and what a place to do it as well. And Melissa, been sitting there in the background quietly. Thank you ever so much as well. You're going to be one of the artists who's going to be exhibiting up in Chipping Norton as well. Now, I won't do it justice, but just explain a little bit about your work.
So I make glass artwork. So I do blown glass and fused glass mostly. And I create homeware, jewellery, all sorts of different things.
Okay, and okay, you've done yourself a little disservice there, because yes, you do make these incredibly beautiful and wonderful things out of glass, which is a medium that I think a lot of people would be utterly terrified of kind of going down a route of, as Alex said, not like me, not having a creative bone in my body, going, okay, let's make it harder. Let's do things from glass. That's an amazing skill and wonderful. But also, you work as an art psychotherapist alongside that as well. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
So art psychotherapy is kind of like talk therapy, but rather than the focus being on the words, it's on using art to help communicate. So sometimes you just haven't got the words to communicate what it is that you're feeling or what's going on for you. And I help people to do that.
That's an amazing thing, because I'm just sat here, and as always, when I don't know a lot about a subject or something, I kind of try and put myself in a position of going, okay, what would I do, or what would happen if we had a session or something like that, and kind of going, and if you said, right, okay, write, draw or kind of put down, how you're feeling today, instantly. And I don't know if this is right. Instantly, I'd reach for a yellow pen. I'd draw a sunshine, because it's sunny out here, and I'm feeling. I don't know. I feel like everyone's sort of feeling a little bit more summery and happy and what have you. I'm feeling that, and a few rays on there. Maybe draw the fields out there, and that's got my kind of mind whirring, and I guess sort of looking into what I would draw, or what people would draw, or what would come out. Would ascertain sort of feelings and kind of things like that, and hopefully that would evoke that I'm happy this morning, and I'm feeling good about the sunshine, and not else. And if I'd drawn something incredibly black and dark and what have you, maybe that would have been something completely different. Amazing, how fascinating.
Well, you're always going to know more about your artwork than I would, so it would then be about having that conversation about what is it that is in your image, what does it mean for you. Wow. And that's really important as well. It's not for me to put the message or meaning on your piece. And it's also not about making really good art either. It's about expression. So you don't have to be an amazing artist. It's just about, it can be splattering paint at a page.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super fascinating, really, really fascinating. To kind of go back a little bit onto the sort of the glass blowing and the art that you do. I've seen your Instagram and what have you, and some of the pieces are just unreal. How do you get into that? Where do you kind of go, okay, I'm quite creative, but actually, my mind wants to take me to blowing glass. How did it first start for you?
So I started off doing stained glass. My mum took me to an evening course when I was in sixth form. And it was, at the time, the evening courses were free for 16 to 18-year-olds. So she took me along to this evening class, and I thought, I really like working in glass, but I think that I want to do something that's a bit faster. And I watched someone do some lamp working, which is like small scale glass blowing. So it's making beads or little sculptures. You'll probably have seen it on a blowtorch. And I was absolutely amazed. And this is an artist that I still know now. And he was just using the glass, and it was like magic. It was just like, it was string or kind of jelly, and he was just moving it around and making all sorts of different things. So I thought, that's wonderful, and I need to try that.
Yeah, and now here we are. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And I'm just finally, Melissa, what does it kind of mean to you to kind of be involved in this art week and having your art on display? Because that for me, that is the end goal for an artist. We can all have our sort of talents and kind of go, I've made this thing, but I'm not letting the outside world see anything or see, do anything. It might be really good, it might be awful, but whatever. I'm doing it. But actually going to a place, exhibiting it, letting people see it, letting people go, wow, that's awesome. That must be the end goal.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And the venue is absolutely beautiful as well, which does really help set off the different art pieces and the range of art that's there. And I think really it's about the community. So it's about the kind of messaging each other and going, oh, are you ready yet? Or what have you thought about this? And just working together with different people. I think you can work on your own quite a lot as an artist. So it's really nice to go and get some feedback about what you've made and have people visit and say nice things or say not nice things or whatever it is that they're thinking.
Nice thing. Nice. Of course.
But yeah, it's about that community feeling as well.
Brilliant stuff. Well,
And
Melissa,
I would. I'm sorry.
no, go on, Alex. Go on.
I was just going to say, I mean, that's the nice thing. I think art is for everyone, really. Like, you don't have to be an artist, but it brings people together. You know, anyone can go along to these events. And, you know, we've got next week is looking very nice on the weather app. So it's just an opportunity for anyone to take an afternoon or an hour or a whole day or a whole week to go around loads of different venues across North Oxfordshire next week, and lots of places serve coffee and tea, and just have a look at art. I mean, we've got, just in our venue, we've got, you know, photographers, glass art, jewellery, someone that makes art out of wood, printmaking, all sorts of things. And, you know, that's the same across the whole county. So it's just something I think that brings people together. And even if you think, oh, I'm not the kind of person who maybe goes into a gallery to have a look at art, I think Artweeks is a bit more accessible. And, you know, you can go along to a venue and you don't feel like it's not, I mean, it's very nice if you can buy something and support local artists, but there's no pressure to buy anything. You know, you can go for a whole day around lots of venues and just have a look at amazing local art, and not buy anything, and that's okay. Maybe next year you'll find something to buy or find a present for someone, but there's no pressure, and that, I think that's quite nice, because it's just a real community
No.
And you
event,
can
I
chat with
think.
the artists as well. So
Yeah.
I would say anyone going around, do have a chat, because you can find out about the processes and
Yeah.
find out what's going on in the pieces. It's worth having a conversation with someone about it.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, look, it sounds like yet again it's going to be another fabulous week. Alex, any a few more details about sort of timings, location where we can see bits and bobs if you've got that, or is it a case of
Yes.
searching for Artweeks and North Oxford?
You can look on the Artweeks website, and there's maps on there. We're obviously in Chipping Norton, so in Chipping Norton, sort of, and just outside Chipping Norton, there's 36 different entries. So that might be a single artist or a group of artists. So we've got 14 artists from our office, which is just outside Chipping Norton. But there are people all around. So there are maps on the Artweeks website, which is quite useful. And most places are open sort of 10 till 5 or 10 till 6. But it's all on the website. So you can take a look at those.
Superb. Well, definitely have a look at the website for North Oxford, which is going to be next week. In a minute, we've got Central Oxford as well this week.
Starting Saturday, actually. So it's on the weekend, all week, and then the following weekend and the bank holiday as well. So plenty of opportunity to go out and have a look.
Superb.
Hopefully we'll see you there, Rich.
Yeah, fingers crossed this year. Fingers crossed. I'm determined to make one of these. Thank you so much, Alex and Melissa. Really great to join us, and best of luck with Artweeks next week. Well, Saturday starting.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolute
Bye-bye.
pleasure.
Bye.
Alexandra Ray there, CEO of Wise Investment, and Melissa Kinklink, who works as an art psychotherapist and also one of the artists exhibiting in glass as well. If you haven't checked out our work, my days, do so. Incredible.